Anyway, yeah. That aside, we're back in... oh, jeez. Choking on something. We're back in with the Confederate States of America, and we just finished taking over the Confederate Sokoto. I kind of didn't realize that France had already gotten this far in. I forgot about that. It doesn't look like there's any more of Africa we can take, except maybe Mossi if we're... Wait a minute. Can we take Mossi? We have a truce. Yeah, okay. If we're real lucky, we'll be able to get Mossi before the British do. It's pretty unlikely. We could also maybe get Liberia, actually. No, Liberia is a civilized nation. Right. So yeah, that's basically it. There's Wari, but I think we have... Yeah, okay. Belgians have a bit... Yeah, okay. Other than us, it's pretty standard. Except, wait a minute. Can we take these? They're not westernized, right? Oh, perfect. Okay. So, I think we're going to take over these little Eastern African countries. Take a chunk of land here. Unfortunately, our 2 bits of Confederate Africa are not going to be connected, but it's a start. Alright. And also, yeah, with the music, try and please, things that will not get flagged on YouTube. Like, you just put up the Arctic Monkeys, I can assure you, that will fuck me over hard. What are the long-term, what are our goals here? I'm trying to think. We need to do something about the United States. They are, they're kind of scary. 112 versus our 101. We can actually maybe build an army bigger than theirs. Actually, yeah, we can. Alright, that's first off. First thing we need to get accomplished, is get our armies working here. This is fine. This one is not fine. Why is it 5? Who did this? Did I do this? This is just wrong. Move that, it's not even the point, is it? Oh, it still is. I see. Move them to Atlanta. These up here. Okay, let's look at this. Yeah, but right now I just have like this, just whatever music going. Tell me if it's too quiet or too loud. Again, this is like a completely new thing now, so I don't know what the levels are going to be like. But I just have this on for now until we get some stuff queued. So I don't have to mess with it over and over, keep going back and forth. 3, okay, this is good. We'll move this down to Tuscaloosa. What is our current rally point? Current rally point is... We've got one in Port Arthur, that's fine. Lexington, no. Norfolk, no. Well, oh, that's a boat. Haipong, Banda Aceh, yeah, that's all good. Oh, no, wait, but that is one there. No, I don't want that. Turn that on. Okay, so once those get together, okay, we'll leave it at that for now. Let's get this unpaused. Let's check, then there's so much to, like, remember here of, like, what was going on and what I need to do and what our goals are, what we need to accomplish. Okay, Majerstein, or whatever, is getting taken over by the UK right now. That's fine. We'll just take over everything else. Let's start with, Warrensgeli is also... Okay, what about Abyssinia? They are not. But they're... No, they're uncivilized. We just need to be next to them. Let's get these ones. Let's get this guy. Let's take over Mogadishu. The jewel of Africa. Everybody wants to be in Mogadishu, right? People are going to be really jealous that we take Mogadishu from... Oh, that was a bad fucking idea. Ooh, our infamy is... Okay, could we cancel it? Oh, thank you. Okay, it was pretty unlikely, but if we had gotten caught right at the beginning there, we would have actually, like, that would have fucked us. But we're fine. That means we really need to just have the game go for a little bit so we can get our infamy down. Military access from Austria-Hungary, I suppose. Alliance from Ecuador. Isn't Ecuador one of the things we want? I don't think so. Egypt. They're in my sphere. They're allied with Persia. Is Persia civilized? Nah. Egypt, I guess that's fine. Don't expect anything out of this. Don't expect me to help you, Egypt. Oh wow, France really, that was fast. You think we could take this strip of Algeria? Oh, and Spain! Spain's actually doing surprisingly well, considering they, you know, got a bit of land lost to France. Who lives there? Just curious. No French people. Yeah, a few Occitane. Oh, a little French here. Interesting. Okay, U.S., are you involved in anything right now? You're allied with Chile, Mexico, and France. France. We, on the other hand, are allied with, Germany. Germany and France. Yeah, no, I'm sure that won't, nothing bad will come of that one. Alright, oh, okay. Yeah, just keep it going. Just keep going. We'll figure this out. These two groups might be perfect for each other, actually. Let me check that. Come together. And we'll make some more. Actually, I think that's probably the case. Probably I had this in mind when I was doing it. Disloyal Regiment, whatever. Fuck them. Costa Rica, yeah, right. They keep asking. Like, I'm actually going to accept it one day. Yeah, okay, perfect. So now our rally point will be here. And let's build up another group. We need a sizable army. When the US attacks us and it's only a matter of time, we really need to be prepared. This is not like an option. This is not where, oh, it'd be nice if we were prepared for the incoming American invasion. No, it's like if we're not prepared, everything we've done is gone. So we kind of need to be prepared here. We need to be ready. We need to have soldiers on the wall that, well, there's probably no wall here because that'd be kind of a bitch to make. But, and also we want this eventually. Wall would be kind of stupid. Then again, that's what the Chinese did. I mean, you gotta remember the wall is like here or something. And yet in real life they own like a lot more. Also Tibet, holy shit. Impressive, Tibet. I mean, I guess this is Tibetan land. There are Tibetan people there. Just in real life they got fucked. Maybe historically they were not fucked yet. It's possible. Yeah. Not sure. We'll see how that goes. Lose militancy, lose consciousness. I guess lose militancy. Alliance offer with Peru. I don't think so. Somebody is fucking us up with Colombia. Hawaii is still independent. For a second I thought that was Portugal. I was going to be a little confused, but okay. That's fine. Confederate way. What is the Confederate way? Ours is a nation of might, where a man's strength determines his success, and everyone knows very well how superior we are to our neighbors. None can hope to compare to the Confederate States of America on our best day. A recent report in a Richmond newspaper regarding the execution of a foreigner believed to have been engaged in criminal activities on Confederate soil has served to reinforce our people's beliefs. Today they walk a little more proudly than before. I always knew this to be true. I love the idea of a guy picking up a newspaper and reading through it like, I always knew this to be true. People like Jingoism more, and Mongolia dislikes me. Okay, so apparently some Mongolian man who was visiting the Confederate States committed a crime because he's a filthy Mongoloid scum, and so we executed him, and everybody feels real good about that. Everyone in North Carolina where he was executed feels really good about that. Alliance with Argentina. No. Well, you know, it's not the worst. Yeah, well, yeah, we'll do that. Argentina is one of those countries that, like, they're unlikely to drag us into any sort of big war. And besides that, they're not part of the circle that we want to make. So I guess it's fine. Are we under our limit? We are. Perfect. And also, sort by priority, thank you. Colombia, how's this going? The US is banned. That's good. The UK, they're both above us, though. We need to increase our own opinion. Yep. Cool. Is slavery still allowed? Yeah, of course. Of course it's still allowed. Look, we could try to abolish it. Only 9% of the population would want this. Now you have to remember. Wait a minute. Yeah, you know what percent of our population is slaves? About 9%. There is basically no one in the country who is not a slave who thinks slavery is wrong. Everyone else is all for slavery. And again, these are all kinds of people. Dixie is like less than 20% of the country. All these Chinese people love slavery. All these Vietnamese people, all for it. All these Yankees, they adore it. It's just the black people who are slaves who are a little upset about it. But the black people who aren't slaves, are like these, probably pretty alright about it. Probably pretty okay. So yeah, slavery is probably going to stay around for a long time because no one, like 0% of the population wants to do away with it completely. 0. Not a single person wants to get rid of slavery. 38% of the upper house would vote yes because, fuck representing the people. But 0% of the population wants it. So, yeah, slavery. It's good. We'll keep it around. On the other hand, the Jacobins are quite upset. And that's not really the kind of thing I want to deal with, but there's nothing we can do about it. Right. Well. Minoan excavations. Invented social alienation. We should probably be going for that, if that's... Oh, but is that one of these... It's way down here. Never mind. Right, we've seen that before. Begin the Golden Circle. We still need to take over that. We still need to take over Washington, right? That's the only thing we need. Yeah, all Confederate cores. I believe it's just Washington. Social science. We still don't have that yet. Own Lagos. Where's Lagos? That's probably something we could not get, right? Lagos. I don't know. I don't see it. Nope. Doesn't matter. We've got more important stuff to deal with anyway. Also, intellectuals. Right. Louisiana has become smart enough. Virginia's probably dumb again. Yep, there it is. These fucking immigrants come in here, lowering our intellectual nation down to a basic level, but whatever. Back Carlos, Spain. What's your problem, Spain? Galicia wants to break free from Spain. Fuck off, Spain. Someone's taking Galetti. Oh. And this is Italy. Oh. Well, it seems we've missed our chance. We can still take Zanzibar. I suppose that might be worth doing. And if we did that, we'd be able to take these couple of regions here that they haven't taken yet. I guess it's worth a shot. How much? Well, what's the population of Zanzibar? 300? Yeah, that's a lot of slaves, too, isn't it? Zanzibar doesn't have slaves? No, of course they do. Just one of their provinces doesn't. Zanzibar doesn't have slaves, but the rest of Zanzibar does. Yep, 5, perfect. And we'll just get that ready. We don't have any troops here. We do have troops here. A little too many troops here. Come down to the coast. We'll bring our boats over. In fact, we'll even split some of our boats off. Oh wait, these are not our big transport group. This is one of the, the stage of the game where you have these fucking giant empires that are really, they really start to get a little difficult to manage. How many is this? It can carry 22. Probably we won't need more than, 10? Maybe 20 in an emergency or something. So let's maybe, oh, also, there's not a naval base here. So they've just been dying. Okay. So, let's split off, 10. Right. These 19 go somewhere where you don't die. And the other 10, cross your fingers. Hope for the best. Hopefully you'll make it to Benin. Okay, so we've got another group of troops. Oh, huh? No, we don't. They're still being built. Yes. All right, gotcha. Heavenly Kingdom is still there. You forgot how retarded this game has been. Yeah, no, Heavenly Kingdom is very successful. We're on either side of them, which is kind of... And in them. We are also inside of the Chinese. We have anarchic bomb throwers there, though. That's kind of sad. There used to be prostitutes here. Cheap Chinese prostitutes. Instead, now we've got anarchists. What about Port Arthur? There's the prostitutes. Okay. I mean, you gotta have them. Why do you think we came to fucking China? There's nothing here. Just people. And people, well, you know what you can do with people. Fuck them. Oh, look at that. Galicia might break off. I hope it happens, Galicia. Holy shit, Galicia! You're tiny. Wow, you're small. That is a tiny little country. 200,000 people, but you're rank 37. What a country. Good luck, Galicia. I like that. Spain's kind of getting fucked. Your music is pretty quiet, can barely hear it. Well, that's somewhat on purpose, but thanks for saying something. I mean, like, you should be able to hear it. But not like... Oh, shit. I mean, it's background music. But how many Christians are in China anyway, in the Heavenly Kingdom? That might not be a thing that's very easy to find out. Also, okay, well, not too bad on the infamy. I don't know if it'll tell us that kind of thing. Maybe in the ledger? Prices, factories, provinces. Wait. Country, no. Social, no, no. Oh, that's kind of interesting. We can look at what countries still allow slavery. Spain? Oh, maybe we should be friends with Spain. The Trucial States? Korea? Uruguay, Paraguay, Colombia, Peru. And that's it. Wow, there's like no one... Venezuela? Yeah, like everyone else is tiny little fucking African countries or Asian countries that like... Of course it's fucking outlawed. And then yeah, all the rest of the important countries, they don't have it. Oh well. Oh, look at that. Abyssinia is reactionary. Too bad they're a little shithole that doesn't matter. But Austria-Hungary is reactionary. Nice. Is there a way... Could you tell me what the religion is? That's my provinces. Population... We can look at how many slaves everybody has. I am the leader in slaves! Fucking sweet. We also have the only industrial slaves in existence. There are only 10. But we're proud of them. No. No, that seems to be... There seems to be no way for me to actually tell how many Christians are in China. Unless I was China. Korea's underneath Japan, right? Of course. So, let's... Are those boats there yet? Probably not. Go. Galicia is independent, meanwhile Catalonia got conquered by another country. Yeah, it's great. This is how Spain is supposed to be. I mean, look at these. The borders actually look kind of nice. In, you know, like a fucked up way. Pretty, really fucked up way. But it's got a certain appeal to it. I guess religion isn't important in this time period in the game. Yeah, it doesn't really do much in the game. It's just kind of like, I think they just have it because it's neat. To like, I mean, it does affect some things. But also it's just kind of neat to look at it and like, oh. The plurality of our country is Mahayana. Our biggest religion is Mahayana. Oh. Oh. Oh, 10% of our population is Sunni. Oh. Let's go for, we need to get down to social alienation for something or other, so let's work our way down there. Also, it's education efficiency, which is important, because our people keep getting dumber. Every time we move the teachers out, they start to, they stop going to class. They stop improving themselves, stop learning. And we gotta do this all over again. Although, also, it's just the new people. Navy. Oh, they're here. Okay. You get on the boats. That, huh? Oh, yeah, that's right. Wait a minute. Did that split it up in a reasonable way? It actually did. Cool. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they kind of took all of that. But Zanzibar is still a reasonable option for something to go to war over. So we'll proceed there. Unfortunately, that means they'll probably be colonizing here soon, although maybe not here. Although maybe it's impossible to colonize there. Maybe the life rating is just too low. I don't think so. I think 15's doable, right? Up here is 10, and that's the problem. Yeah, 15's doable. Okay. Let's go. Go, go, go. Joseph Kemper. Confederate navalman. Get to Tanga. Right, that's not ours. I saw the gray and was just thinking, like, yeah, that's our land. It'll be gray soon, like, for real. It's not owned by... Yeah, we're good. Okay, go. Buddhist Islamic rebels. Nothing better. That's great. Conquer the Congo because you want to see Confederate Congo. We could probably take the Belgians. Unfortunately, it looks like they spell Congo with a K. I don't think we could change that. We could try. Oh, wow, there's a lot of competition going there. But the Belgians are in the sphere of the French and allied with the French, and the French are allied with the Americans, and that's kind of a chain I don't want to start with. Oh, wait, what? Ooh, interesting. I think we may have Mark Twain. In 1885, Mark Twain published The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn and completely revolutionized American fiction. Up until its publication, it tended to utilize the form and language of its European predecessors. Okay. Even today, people seem to miss the point. Well, then I'll go to hell. Thanks for the prestige. Yeah, since we got the prestige from that, it's official. Mark Twain was from the Confederate States of America. And Huck Finn won't be banned in our high schools, I'll tell you what. Fleet, hurry up. Oh, don't die. Don't you know that imperialism is wrong? Not here. Imperialism is our way of life. It's too fun to be wrong. Foreign cuisine, militancy, whatever. Alliance with Greece. Greece, I don't imagine you being like a real useful alliance. On the other hand, I think you'd be a fairly useful core. Or not a core, a fucking sphere. But also, we're kind of focused on Colombia right now because we want to get that Suez Canal. I mean, Panama Canal. Just kill those boats, please. It should take like 10 seconds. Thank you. It took 3 days. Go to Tonga. Take it over. Should make quick work of these Africans. The French are doing very well. I guess that's basically just historically accurate. I think most of Africa always is drawn along historical lines outside of your own interference, or like if fucking Spain didn't exist anymore or something crazy like that. Other than that, I think it's all supposed to be modeled correctly. I think someone was telling me that too. Colombia. Yes, increase opinions. Now we're at the same level as the UK, but the UK obviously has quite a bit of a head start. They might not be getting influence as fast as me, though. Oh, we've invented the secret police! Another great Confederate contribution to the world. Also, the Suez Canal is making us filthy rich, but we were already filthy rich, so... excuse me? I'm at war with you. Yeah. But I'm not... Oh, it's already sieged. Oh, you see those lines there? Yeah, no. Of course. Okay, park them. Actually, don't park them. Just stay here. Although you might die. Just stay there. You're fine. Suck it up. Oh, look, the French. Shit. Well, we might be able to get this grouping anyway. Probably the only one we'll be able to get. Yeah, they're gonna take the rest of it. Fucking French. Alright, well, we'll get a few extra slaves. Germany never formed, and it doesn't look like it will form. Historically accurate. Well, they're the Federation. You know, it's close. Colonial progress. Gain 1 life in where? New Mexico? I guess that's good. I guess, does anyone live in New Mexico? Oh, anarchists. The anarchists live in New Mexico. Oh. Anarchist Pueblo people. Oh, and horse. Mexican horse. Don't you love New Mexico? Call from Germany. Fucking Germany, what is this? The North German Austro-Hungarian Brothers' War against Austria-Hungary and the South German Federation. The South German Federation? There's a South German What? Who is a satellite of Austria-Hungary, okay. Austria-Hungary is currently getting their ass kicked by Finland and the Russians. Are you allied with the Russians? No. It seems Germany and Russia are going to split Austria-Hungary amongst themselves here. They're not allied, but that just seems like what's going to happen. I guess we'll say fine, because we're not going to need to do anything. Keep on going. Need to pay attention to this a little more. Ally from Colombia, well, no. Socialists. Do we want socialists? This will make people... Slaves will become more Marxist slaves? What a fucking shit show, Marxist slaves. Or, the slaves get a little bit smarter and have a lot more consciousness. And I lose prestige with this other one. No, I don't really want communist slaves, thank you very much. I think I'm fine without that. I think our Confederate ways are perfectly fine for the slaves. Austria doesn't get the decision to form Germany once they become Austria-Hungary, so you don't know why they're fighting a brothers' war. Because they feel like it. You know, it's something to pass the time. Oh, look at that railway network in Germany. Holy shit. Good job, Carlos. Spain, yeah, you can do that. Speaking of which, right, we can't build railways, and we can't even fund the ones that are being built. Despite that, our factories are doing fucking great. Do you see all this money we're making? Do any industrial slaves? Oh, that's interesting. We have 10 industrial slaves. They don't actually work in any factories. I think they found a loophole in the system where they just don't get to work, but they can pretend they're some sort of new breed of slaves. Also, does this mod fix the fact that slaves don't have kids?
Take up the white man's burden, send forth the best ye breed, go send your sons to exile to serve your captives' need. Do wait in heavy harness on fluttered folk and wild, your new caught, sullen peoples, half devil and half child.
Yeah, that's where we're heading. That's where we're all heading right now. Consciousness? Sure. But yeah, did they ever fix that? Do slaves have kids? Because they didn't used to. That was a thing in this game, where, like, we have one... 0 have signed up to be agricultural slaves recently. You don't say. I'm surprised we don't have lines of people trying to sign up to be slaves. But yeah, that was like, in the base game, I don't know why. Victoria, like, Paradox does these weird things sometimes. Alliance from Portugal. Sure. Sounds nice. Yeah, Paradox does these weird things where, like, they'll do something that isn't exactly historically accurate so that they can, I don't know, like, not get controversy with what they're doing, or there's some weird logic to it, I guess. There must be. But, like, I guess they didn't want to encourage slavery, or they didn't want to make slavery that good in the game because they're worried that, like, then people would start to think slavery was a good idea. You know? So, like, they don't want slavery to be that good. But, like, it just doesn't make any sense. In real life, not all slaves were eunuchs, right? I mean, slaves could have kids. They weren't all just... What do they call them? What do you call a horse that can't have a kid anymore? Like a horse and a donkey have like a half-breed, half-horse, half-donkey, and then they're, like, not able to breed again? I don't know what that's called. But they're not that. The US has actually passed us up. Oh, their industry is insane! The only... Oh... 119, whereas we are 111. Okay, so we're still comparable, despite the fact that their military score is a lot more. Their leaders count for 89. We actually have better leaders. Oh, their main thing that they have better than us is capital ships, which we have none of, really. Also, this war is over. Hey, Zanzibar. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it seems like the only way to get more slaves is just to take them. I mean, I guess on the other hand, in this game, the slaves are also immortal. So, if you had infinite slavery, you'd never need to abolish it. Yeah, but what's wrong with that? Organize Zanzibar. Yeah, sounds good. Claim Zanzibar. Change religion to Protestant. Wait, Zanzibar didn't like split off or something, did it? No, it's mine. Now that we've taken possession of this African colony, we should reorganize its structure to make it truly part of our greater colonial administration. Change to Protestant, gain prestige, Dixie set to primary culture. Yeah. I like that. I doubt that's gonna really take hold here. But that's cool. Let's start colonizing here. Let's technically start colonizing here. Maybe we can beat out France. I doubt it. We're colonizing here already? No, we're not. Here and here. Well, we should be able to get this one in time. Other than that, this is one of those shitholes that you can't grab yet. Namibia and all that. Same up there. Got it. That is also why slaves in base game only do farms and shit. Imagine being able to industrialize slavery. It would break the mid-game. Yeah, but like, it'd be so cool. France and England are currently having a war. What's that about? The Dutch War of Flemish Freedom. Carlos Spain wants Catalonia back, and Brittany wants to be free. Huh. Brittany's gonna be free. What a world. Also Germany. What was that about Germany not going to exist? Here it is. It's right there. We're allied with them. They're number 3 in the world. Yep, they're there. Cool. I guess they won that war that we didn't really help with at all. Let's get our next set of troops going. I remember this kind of what we were planning on doing here. Actually, I think we might have done it already, but we just keep getting more and more people. So yeah, let's get another 4. Another 4 of these. Engineer. Hussar. Also, someone was telling me if I invent gas, I can just fucking gas everybody, and if they don't have the defense for it, they'll just be dead. Like, I will just destroy them with gas. I'll gas them. I don't remember where that is, though. I mean, I knew that was a thing, but I never really used it in the game. I usually got it so that I could get, the, what do you call it? The defense for it? Because I think it's the same tech, maybe? Where's gas? I'd love some gas. I would love to, like, gas some Americans, some Yanks. Why industrialize if you have slaves? Power. Is it under one of these other things? Like, is it like... I don't see anything that says, like just gas, right? Like, what, isn't there... Shouldn't there be one that just says, like, fucking gas bombing? Probably we don't have enough to get it anyway. We'll come back to this. Gas the Yanks! Civil war now! It's not a civil war anymore. It would just be an American war to reclaim Washington, which is rightfully ours. And there's lots of people we would like to have in there. Also, I wish we could take... One problem is going to be that when we go in here, we've got all these black people, but they won't be slaves because they already have been freed. And I don't think we can undo that, which is too bad. Enact women's suffrage. Yeah, right. Doesn't make sense. How are the, oh yeah. Only 10% of our population. If you think about it that way, it's not as bad. I mean, you hear the number, 2.8 million people want you dead, and it's like, oh, man, that's only 10% of the population. It's really not that bad. Oh, we could split off the New American Alliance. That's kind of interesting. There's no reason to do that. Also, Sonora, Manchuria, Deseret. What I'm learning here is that if we ever got, like, really fucked by the Americans, we'd get a lot of really interesting countries popping up. Let's make sure that doesn't happen. Do you think Russia will sell America Alaska still? Do you think if we killed America completely, they would sell it to us? These are important questions. Let's lower tariffs. Not that much. Holy shit. I like to imagine that I just fucking crashed the stock market for a day. I was like, okay, tariffs down, everybody! And then boom! Everything gone. The entire government loses all of its money and then and we're back. Like, can you imagine the scramble? I guess it would do the opposite. Probably the stock market would be doing really well because you're lowering tariffs and just tons of importing. Everybody all at once, like, holy shit, get in on this now. And then the next day it's like, imports are back. Or, the tariffs are back. It's like, oh, this fucking government is just messing with us. Turkey. Did that say Turkey? Turkey. Okay, the Ottomans are no longer the Ottomans. That was fast, right? Huh. Yeah, end of Ottoman. Yeah, I just said it. Okay. Well, interesting. Let's... Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna go. We'll see. Let's move these guys. You know what? Actually, this is a decent place to stay. They've got a naval base there, surprisingly. Actually, extremely surprisingly. I mean, Africans didn't really have boats to speak of. I just can't really imagine them building a naval base, but they had one. They weren't even civilized, this country. But they had a naval base. I'm not really sure how they accomplished that one. It's good for them, I guess. Egypt is in my sphere. Do you think we could kill them? If we removed them from our sphere, we probably could. It's an idea. I'd like to take Egypt, right? Confederate Egypt. It's an idea. Maybe. We could also, like, swarm through the Balkans and just fucking take this shit. No reason. It's just there. We can't even make them slaves, which I'm still a little upset about. Why can't we have Chinese slaves? I mean, I was thinking, it's another one of those things that, like, I understand why they didn't do it. It's because Paradox is a bunch of fucking pussies, and they don't want to deal with, like, the bad publicity when some news article is published about, like, oh my god, you can make Chinese slaves in this game! But, like, wouldn't it be fucking fun? I mean, like, what? And it makes sense historically. Like, I understand, okay, why it didn't happen in real life. And I understand that, like, it's not historically accurate, so it's not that big of a deal. But, Paradox, like, what an opportunity. How cool would that be? France is fucking with us down here, too, now. We'll see if we can beat them there, I don't know. Like, if... You know, kind of one of the big selling points of this game is that you can do what you want, right? You can, if you can take your country down a different path. I mean, the Confederate States didn't exist right now. So, that's a big selling point of the game. Why not let me have, Chinese slaves? I mean, you can't tell me it's not possible. Like, that in real life, it's not... If the Confederate state existed and then became an imperial menace, you can't tell me it's not impossible that that they might take some Chinese slaves, right? Alternate history, you know. Do you think the Turks will own up to the Armenian genocide in this timeline? Yeah, right. That's another thing. This game, I think this mod adds it in, which is cool. It's fun. But, this game does not have, genocides. But, like, genocides happened, right? That one's, like, a bigger issue, because genocides were real. If this is a historical game in any way, there should be genocides. I mean, I understand it's like, oh, people would think genocides are too fun. They don't want to encourage genocide. Like, Paradox, we're not a bunch of fucking maniac 3-year-olds. We can differentiate between... reality and fiction. Also, Brittany. Do you think the Bretons would make good slaves? I mean, figuratively speaking, because we can't actually enslave them. Conquest 22. Yeah, it's not really... for now, we're gonna sphere them, because that's kind of fun. We'll see from there if we maybe unsphere them and then take them. Anyway, rich become more reactionary, or the poor become socialist. Don't really want socialists. Necessarily. I guess it's an option. Okay, my people are dying here because I told them to stand here and starve. Like a good commander would. This is the test of their loyalty. I tell them, go to Atlanta. All 45,000 of you stand in Atlanta. We've only got food for 30,000. Whoever survives will be the real army. Whoever makes it out of the hellhole we have created in Atlanta, Georgia, you'll be fit to serve in our military. The rest of you, you can fucking die for all I care. Not worthy Confederates. But then the president got word of that, and was like, okay, that's probably a bad fucking idea. Let's just send him somewhere else. Let's maybe not do that. That's not a great one. That's not our finest moment there. We got more stuff being built. Okay, got it. Brittany's cute. You should care for them and love them. I like Brittany. They're a nice little country. I like the idea of a small little European country just on the tip, surrounded by all these big ones, decent population, nice land, you know. I wish Brittany was free in real life. I don't know how many Bretons desire that. I desire it for them. Kind of like the Scots. Wouldn't it be cool if the Scots, you know, they were their own thing? Or Galicia, to some extent. It'd be cool. It'd be nice. It'd be neat. French slaves are meh. They can art good, but suck at mining. Yeah, but like, what resources do they have? They've got grain, fish, grain, and grain. Well, I could use some grain. Actually, I think one of our biggest imports is grain. Or maybe it used to be. Well, maybe not. Biggest output is lumber. Really? Lumber. Coal makes sense. Cotton makes a lot of fucking sense. But timber. Okay, rich people get a little upset. Guatemala, yeah, right. Do you think we're in a position where we could sometime soon go to war with, Oh, I just clicked the one that makes people more in favor of slaves, of no slaves. Let's not do that in the future. Let's not make that kind of fucking mistake. Do you think we could take over the U.S. soon? Do you think we could take back Washington? They're allied with Liberia now. That's not really a big issue. Mexico, still a bit of an issue. Chile, France. Oh, they just lost to fucking Spain and the UK, so maybe not. France might not. Well, but I don't really want to. I think what we want to do is sort of make this chain work in our favor. Because, like, for instance, if we declared war on Mexico, then we would get called into war with the United States, but I don't believe the United States would then be able to call in France. That makes the war way easier, just there, just that. We could also declare war on someone that Mexico's allied with. They don't actually have anyone. Okay, so that would be the plan, would be to go to war with Mexico, if we can. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, go to war with Mexico. It'd be more expensive than it'll be in the future, but that's the price we gotta pay, I guess. Do that, take over the U.S., don't have to deal with France. I believe that's how the chain would go. Spain got Barcelona back. Yeah, I know, yeah, look at that. Good for them. They're still missing Galicia, which is allied with France, of course. But it's neat. Socialist slaves. In the plantation fields of Austin, the sound of the Internationale can be heard more loudly and frequently than old slave songs. Many working slaves, having learned to read, have also learned about the philosophies of men like Karl Marx and his vision of a world without social classes. What they intend should be obvious, considering the situation in their country. Yeah, fuck them. They're slaves, whatever. What are they gonna do? They're slaves. They're not allowed to do anything. What could they do? If they want to revolt, we'll just tell them that's not okay. Stop. Admiral Fitzhugh Mosby is dead. I don't recognize that one, so I'm not as sad about General as I was with General E. Lee. Seems like we're done building troops. We need a couple more here. Wait, are we? Are we done? Yeah. We need another artillery and then the two little extra things. Another artillery. And an engineer. That's Africa. Engineer. And a hussar. Cool. Do we want to start building up some African forces? It's reasonable. It's kind of funny, considering we are still, you know, the Confederates. But these are free Africans. We didn't enslave them because we aren't allowed to. Some, you know, great force stops us from doing it. Let's, Yoruba, Hausa. Looks like we might have enough Hausa. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Maybe not. Let's just, whatever. 4. Okay. There. And there. We'll see how that goes. We might have to fuck with them a little bit. Get them into a good spot. Oh, there's a thing in Kilwa, too. Neat. Okay, that'll be your little get-together spot. This'll be yours. Forgot I already had a guy here. One Dixie army stuck in Africa. Hey, I'm sure it's nice this time of year. Who taught them to read? Yeah, that's a good question. Who's teaching these slaves to read? That's not okay. Also, I think we actually have some music queued, so I should probably just, like, skip this long one that I had going. The problem is, of course... Okay. Okay, good. Had to skip Arctic Monkeys. If that was like a remix, I'm sorry. This one is Phil Collins, but it's also fucking gotchy Phil Collins, I think. So I think we're good on that one. Then we'll just let this cue play a little bit. See how that goes. Feel free to cue more because it's nice to have it, you know, more than we need. And we'll need it eventually anyway, so it's not really more than we need. We're gonna lose both of these. I mean, what do we do against France? It's not really like we want to go to war with them for this. The Cradle of Civilization, Turkey, Babylonia. Oh. Oh. Okay, we're exploring Turkey. Empire Brazil alliance sounds fine. Luxembourg, I don't care. You're worthless. Lose militancy sounds fine. Need new research. Can't do these yet. When can we get this? 1900, 13 years. Yeah, did anyone remember where gas is? Tanks, trenches, no. Bolt action, interwar infantry, no. I'm looking over here because I think that's probably where it's going to be. Tanks, I mean, that's nice, but that's not gas. Gas attack. Okay, we need to move down here. Got it. Wait, when does that open up? 1900. Okay, so we need to be ready for that one to get it as soon as we can. That might be the time, maybe 1900 is when we flip over, like we tick that on and then gash the Americans. I'm not really sure how the gassing works. Also, Rupert's Land. Interesting. Interesting. Alright. Okay, UK. You make some interesting choices. I don't really get that one. You can... It's fine. Yeah. Whatever. Is it Australia free? Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think that happened. Doesn't happen for a while. Heavenly Kingdom still going at it. Philippines are a very attractive choice right now. They're civilized. Never mind. We could acquire a state, but who even fucking wants them? Unless they have slaves. Wait a minute. That'd be good. Also, what just happened there? I don't know. Reading. Who reads? Do you have slaves? 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 Philippines, you gotta have slaves, right? You don't have slaves? If anywhere's got slaves, it's gotta be the Philippines, right? No slaves! Fucking disappointment, Philippines. Enact women's suffrage. Lose 2 war exhaustion, more people can vote, and less militancy in non-colonial. There's actually no downside. Hey, the Confederates are the first people in the world that allow women to vote. Hey. Women can vote before black people. Think about that one. Actually, wait, that's not... I don't think that's true. Because actually, we do have some black citizens. They're fine. The Confederate States is actually a lot more progressive than you might imagine. If you just look past some of these things, you might realize that we're really a nice country. Women can vote here. It's 1887. Women can vote in the Confederacy. Where are you, U.S.? Yeah, that's what I thought. Makes you kind of rethink things, doesn't it? Hey, if the Confederates were right about women's suffrage, hey, maybe they're right about slaves.